Welcome to How to Get Good at Titanfall 2. What is this? Okay, you can tell I'm really good at this. No, but, yeah, it's just maybe a series, maybe not, that we'll be doing on how to get good at Titanfall 2. Now, if you're not familiar with the game, it's kind of like Call of Duty in some ways. And you know, it's got some things like it, but basically I've gotten a lot better recently at it than I was, and you know, it's just wanted to do a video for anyone who's having a little bit of trouble. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is make sure you have a good set of time on your hands, because each match is around 14 minutes. So just make sure you have like enough time to do it, because if you're going into thinking this is going to be a quick map, then, you know, you're wrong. You're going to want to start out with mainly attrition if you really want to get better. Then eventually you can move on to the other one. You know, I'm not saying the rest are harder, you can do those. I just find that attrition is the easiest to learn the basic game with. And then, you know, after that, after you get your time, you set it to attrition. You want to do just like a practice round, and I recommend using mainly assault rifles if you're new to the game. You know, light machine guns, the easy stuff, assault rifle, submachine gun, light machine gun, any of those. The rest are kind of hard to learn. The grenaders are the hardest to learn. The snipers probably second. Shotgun, you know, it's pretty easy to learn if you have assault. If you haven't played the single player yet, do that before you do any of this, because it's a really good single player. And, you know, it's just do that first. It'll also teach you the basic mechanics of the game. But let's assume you know the basic mechanics of the game. Who else is in chat? Alright, but once you know the basic mechanics of the game, you're gonna want to hop in online. And, you know, do a warm-up game. Try and get a couple kills. You know, nothing fancy. And just, I see a lot of people go in and try to get the, melees, and as cool as they are, it doesn't work a lot of the time. Also, if you don't use the grappling hook, that's a lot easier to use than, or well, not easier, but it's more useful than most of the other tools. But melee doesn't really work as much as people think it's going to. See, like, I just attempted to melee that grunt, and it didn't work, which is really embarrassing because it was a grunt. No. So, after this round, we'll get into some more tips. Since I'm gonna be turning this into a mini-series, I'm just gonna, like, end this after the first round, because, you know, I need to save some other tips for other times. Also, if you're gonna record a video like this, make sure to do what I did, put yourself in a party, and just, like, that way no one else can hear you. And don't expect to do really good on your first round. You gotta warm up first. Don't be like ashamed if you do as terrible as I am right now. On your first round, like not like at all in all of existence, just like, you know. Your first round for like when you're playing, like not the first time you're playing, you know what I mean. You're like your first round, like after you haven't played in a while, a couple hours, you know, it's just simple. Just, yeah, you don't stay in this fast-paced mindset for the rest of your day. You can't, it wouldn't make sense. And so you really just need to do a round in the beginning. I didn't get that kill. That was kind of weird, honestly. Ooh, okay. What was that kill, though? Yeah, that's right, we're on top now. For this, I'm just gonna be, for this series, I'm gonna be using the simpler stuff in the beginning, couple of things like Legion. You know, I usually use him, but like, Legion is the easiest Titan to use, I would think. It's just like, you can see anyone get a, like, streak with the Legion. Even if it ends pretty fastly, you'll usually get like 2 or 3 kills if you're relatively new to the game with the Legion, which can really help your stats in a game. I personally like Legion the best just because it's kind of a heavy. I don't like Ronin. I think that's the hardest one to learn because of how little health it has. Or the North Star, because then you're basically trying to be a sniper with what is essentially a giant robot. It can fly though, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, if you're new to the game or just not that good, use a Legion. That's my advice. Or even if you're like professional, you know, you use a Legion. If you don't want to put in a couple hours of probably a bit more, like maybe I think to master a Titan like Legion or Ronin, you should put in 5 hours maybe at most. Like, they're not super hard to learn, but if you don't have a lot of time on you, you just use the Legion. But if you do have a lot of time on you and you want to learn this Titan, or maybe it just somehow comes naturally to you, then teach me your secret. Or, you know, just you can. I'm not saying it's like bad to use these Titans. These aren't bad. They're actually pretty good, but only when you know what you're doing, which is like 5% of the people who use them. Also, what a lot of people don't know, if you're just doing this to get, like, that number 1 on the leaderboard, then, you know, I can't say I blame you. But, also use the, what was it? Like, if there's no death counter, that's a thing. In the game, there's, like, no death counter, there's a don't count. So that's really good. And also, if you're just doing this for that, the minions, you see the minions over there, the minion kills actually count a good bit towards your score. So if you're like trying really hard to just get this, then these number ones, then you know, minions are pretty good. For this map in particular, there aren't a lot of them, but if you find a bunch of grunts, then those give you relatively good scores, and the stalkers you won't find as many of, but they give you a bit more. Also, in the core active in the Legion is really overpowered, because if you like have a clear shot on someone, you can just fire anywhere, and it'll get them if they're close enough. Okay. You can also land your Titan on other Titans if you're interested in that, but that's kind of like trolly. Another little tidbit, and probably putting too many of these in one video for me to have a mini-series, but who cares, is the fact that there are weak spots and they do significant damage. Like, they do so much more than you would think. Like, it's honestly really overpowered, but if you hit the red glowing spots in the Titans or the Reapers, then you'll probably survive more likely. Also, you can hit Reapers. They'll blow up in your face, but you can do it. So if you're beginning a goal kind of for you to set for yourself is 4 to 5 kills a game. If you're like new or just need to like get good, a beginning goal would be 4 to 6 kills a game. Also use the archer. just do that. It's the best of the things. It's automatic targeting. Nope. I'd say nuclear ejections are the best thing for your Titan, the best add-on you can do. If anyone's wondering out there. No. Don't try grapple kills. They never work out. Unless you're like already swinging around them. This won't work for you. And if you don't know already, if you get caught in the epilogue and you die, you don't come back. Why did I just do that? Those shields are so OP and I love using them, but I hate fighting against them. Yeah, I see your thing there. Where is he? I know there's another one over there. I'm just gonna nuclear eject soon. You can also step on other pilots, should you wish. So that'll be episode 1. Episode 2 will follow shortly. And, see you guys later. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell if you want to, see the next episode come out before anyone else.